Alright, so before you even think about hopping on that next flight, it's worth knowing that airports, those colossal hubs of humanity and chaos, have been quietly tweaking things under your radar. Not the big renovations you see plastered on glossy newsletters or delayed terminal expansions that somehow take forever. No, these are the sneaky little changes that don't get much fanfare but can seriously mess with your travel mojo if you're not prepared. Picture this: you've done everything by the book. You showed up 2 hours early. You neatly packed your liquids in a clear bag. Your laptop is ready to slide out at security. You even wore your comfiest sneakers to breeze through the terminal. But then, beep. Your shoes trigger an alert. Security waves you aside. Your power bank? Confiscated. And just as you're recovering from the shock, the gate agent slaps you with a mystery fee you've never even heard of. Welcome to air travel in 2025, where the rules look the same, but the game has changed. Airlines won't warn you. Apps won't flag it. Thousands of travelers are getting caught off guard every single day. I stay locked until the end, because I'm about to break down the 10 most critical airport changes that can derail your trip this year. Even seasoned frequent flyers are getting blindsided. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly how to dodge these traps and travel smarter than the system. And hey, before we dive in, smash that subscribe button. Wakatravels is your inside line to travel hacks, breaking updates, and tips that can literally save you money, time, and sanity. Alright, let's count down. Airplane 10. The Real ID Reality Check. For years, a regular driver's license was enough to get you through domestic flights. Not anymore. Since the Real ID enforcement kicked in, thousands of travelers are getting stopped daily. Here's what happens: you walk up to TSA, hand over your ID, and the officer looks for one thing, that little gold star. If it's missing, you're immediately flagged. Instead of heading to your gate, you're pulled into secondary screening. That means more questions. Document verification. In some cases, signing written statements. One businessman in Chicago was delayed 45 minutes and missed his connection entirely because his ID wasn't compliant. Pushpin the catch? In states like California and New York, DMV appointments are backed up for weeks, even months. So if you don't already have your real ID, waiting until your next trip could be a disaster. Lightbulb solution: check your license now. No star? Bring your passport for domestic flights or start the Real ID process today. The rule has already changed. It's not coming, it's here. Airplane 9. Biometric boarding becomes mandatory. Your face is now your boarding pass. Cameras match your features to passport photos, and in many airports, there is no opting out. In the US, UK, UAE, and Singapore, biometric boarding is becoming mandatory for international travel. Not pre-enrolled? Expect hour-long delays and slower lines. Pushpin tip: enroll in programs like Global Entry or Clear before your trip. They give you fast access, and in some airports, they're the only way to avoid being stuck. Airplane 8. The customer service maze. Now here's the ugly side. Airlines have intentionally redesigned customer service to frustrate you. Scenario: you need to cancel a delayed flight. You head to the airline's site. It sends you to the help center, which pushes you to a chatbot, which punts you to customer service, which sends you right back to the website. It's a circle with no exit. And by the time you've gone through 3 loops, most travelers give up. Which is exactly the point. Airlines know you're more likely to let your voucher expire than keep fighting. Pushpin solution. Screenshot every step. Save receipts. If you hit a dead end, go straight to the DOT. Bonus: sometimes tweeting at an airline publicly gets faster results than any call center. Airlines built this maze. Don't get lost in it. Airplane 7. Miles that melt away. If you've been stockpiling miles for a dream trip, here's the harsh truth: those points are worth less every single year, and 2025 hit hard. Flights that cost 25,000 miles now demand 60,000. Delta passengers reported a route jumping from 50,000 to 95,000 miles overnight. Award seats are disappearing from searches without warning. And the worst part? Airlines don't announce these changes. No emails. No alerts. You only find out when you log in and your miles suddenly buy half as much. Pushpin solution: use your miles now. Stop waiting for that perfect redemption. The longer they sit, the more they're silently devalued. Airplane 6. Silent airports. Imagine this: you're sitting at the gate, headphones on, waiting for boarding. You glance up, and your plane is gone. The jetway door is closed. And you never heard a single announcement. Welcome to the era of silent airports. Cities like Zurich, Helsinki, Kuala Lumpur, and even select U.S. terminals have scrapped loudspeaker boarding calls. Updates are now screen-only. A traveler in Zurich missed her Rome connection sitting 10 feet from the gate because the boarding happened in total silence. Pushpin tip: download the Airline app. Turn on push notifications. Check gate screens every 10 minutes. Silent airports are spreading. Don't assume you'll be called. Airplane 5. Smart luggage battery bans. That futuristic carry-on with built-in charging could get grounded before you do. Airlines are enforcing strict lithium battery rules. If the battery can't be removed, your bag doesn't fly. Period. Batteries over 160 watt-hours are banned entirely. Removable batteries must be carried on, not checked, and their terminals must be covered. Crews won't debate this with you at the gate. If your luggage fails the test, you're either leaving it behind or missing your flight. Pushpin tip: check before traveling. If the battery doesn't come out or isn't labeled, ship it ahead or choose another bag. Airplane 4. Power bank visibility rules. In May, a mid-air fire linked to a power bank forced airlines to change policies fast. Now, carriers like Southwest forbid them in overhead bins. Crew members need to see your power bank at all times. Why? Because if it overheats, seconds matter at 35,000 feet. Hidden in a bag, it's a disaster. Pushpin tip: keep power banks under the seat in front of you. Store them in fireproof pouches if possible. Skip cheap knockoffs. Brands like Anchor even had a 1 million-unit recall in June. Airplane 3. AI security scanners flagging everything. The new AI scanners sound amazing: no unpacking, no liquid checks, just walk through. But reality? They're too sensitive. Real cases. Sneakers flagged for dense foam soles. Energy bars pulled for anomalous organic density. Phone chargers delayed because cables confused the system. One terminal may wave you through fully packed. The next, everything comes out again. Pushpin tip: pack clean and simple. Expect random delays for perfectly normal items. And don't assume consistency, rules vary gate to gate. Airplane 2. Solo traveler pricing tricks. Here's a sneaky one. In early 2025, Delta passengers noticed solo tickets cost $199, but the same seat dropped to $118 per person when booked as 2 passengers. That's not a discount, it's a solo penalty. Other airlines are quietly testing the same thing under different names. Pushpin tip: before booking, add a second passenger to test the price. Even if you don't complete the booking, you'll see if you're being charged extra for flying solo. Airplane 9. Passenger rights with teeth. Finally, some good news for travelers. In 2025, the Department of Transportation introduced new protections with real bite. And most passengers don't even know they exist. Here's what you're entitled to. Delays: over 3 hours domestic or 6 hours international equals full refund back to your card, not vouchers. Overbooking: if you're bumped, you can claim up to $2,150 in compensation, depending on how late you arrive. Tarmac delays: 2 hours equals food and water. 3 hours equals the right to deplane, unless it's unsafe. Baggage: lost bag claims now go up to $4,700. And if it's a wheelchair or mobility device, no financial limit. Customer service. Airlines must provide 24/7 human support, no endless bots for flights with 30-plus seats. This isn't a favor from the airlines, it's federal law. Pushpin action step. If something happens, don't beg the airline. File a DOT complaint. That's your fastest way to get real money back, not useless vouchers. Direct hit conclusion. So there you have it, 10 new airport rules shaping travel in 2025. At first glance, airports look familiar. Same lines. Same seats. Same boarding gates. But beneath the surface, everything has shifted. Airlines make it feel like it's your fault when things go wrong. But now you know the insider rules. You've got the playbook. Thumbs up if this saved you from surprise fees, missed flights, or lost luggage. Hit that like button. Busts and silhouettes. Share this with your travel buddy. Don't let them get blindsided. Bell and of course, subscribe to Wakatravels for weekly hacks and updates. Speech balloon. Drop your strangest airport surprise in the comments. I read every single one. Safe travels, and remember, the airport game may have changed, but now you know exactly how to win.